welcome to art class. Today I'm going to show you guys some one-point perspective. I'm going to show you how to make your own one-point perspective, and then eventually we're going to be doing a different project with one-point perspective. So you do have to do this activity, and you're going to turn this in for today as some practice. So let's look at what I got going on here. All you will need is a piece of paper to do this on, a pencil. If you would like to use color pencils later on, you can to add color to this. That's all up to you. You're going to be doing a lot of erasing, so make sure you have an eraser. And then some sort of straight edge. So if you have a ruler, these work great. If you have no ruler available for you, you could use just another piece of paper or something, anything that makes a nice straight line. So let's get started. Somewhere in the middle of your piece of paper, make a dot. This is going to be what we call our vanishing point. So every line that we make is going to be going to this point. And let me show you what I mean. I'm going to start off with some really easy shapes. And then we'll get a little bit more tricky as we go on. So I'm just going to make a square right now. Or maybe it'll be more rectangle. Either works. All right, so I have a square here. Now I am going to make this, put this in perspective by every corner of your shape. You need to line your ruler up with the dot, with that vanishing point. So I'm going to take my pencil and just connect the dot to the edge. And I'm going to keep doing that for all the corners of my box here. Except this corner. And you're not going to do the corner, any corner or edge that would go through the shape. So if I were to draw this one, it would go right through the top of the shape, and we don't want to do that. So this box that I made now has two sides, and that's all we need for it. I'm going to do this once more. Let's just make another box or rectangle shape. This time maybe I'll go way in the corner of the page. All right, and I made a little mistake. That's okay. So once again, any corner that does not go through the shape. So I cannot do this corner because if I drew the line, it would go through the shape. We're gonna go, this corner works, this corner works, and this one. Perfect, now I got two shapes done. I'm gonna do a couple more. Let's do a little bit more difficult of a shape. Maybe a triangle this time. And when you guys are doing this for practice, you have to create at least 7 shapes. You can always do more. And then, so a triangle is gonna have less sides. 1, 2, and this, again, my last corner would go through the shape. So yours are gonna look a lot different than mine. They don't have to be in the same spot, your shapes. It might look totally different, and that's totally fine. I want them to look different. You might have different sizes of triangles and squares. We're gonna do one more weird shape here, and that would be a circle. If you can't draw a perfect circle, you could always grab something. So like I have a water bottle cap right next to me here. So I could trace a circle. And circles don't have any sides. So how am I gonna know where to put my line? You are gonna go from the dot, so take your ruler, from the dot, and then wherever it hits the edge of that circle. So from the dot and then to the other side. A circle will always have 2 lines. And that's all for a circle. So pretty easy. I'm gonna do a funky shape quick, and then I'm gonna show you how to start overlapping these. So 2 more things. You guys can do whatever shapes that you want. So you don't have to do circles, triangles, squares. Oops, that got really crooked. I can't draw a straight line without my ruler. You could do stars, whatever you would like. I'm gonna do this weird, I don't know, maybe I'll just connect it there. This weird shape. So wherever I have an edge, I'm going to take my ruler, go to the center point, draw a line. I have an edge on the inside of my shape this time, kind of, but that would go through the shape for mine, so that doesn't work. Get just that other one. Perfect. Then I have another corner here. I made quite a few corners. And then I can't do any of the ones that are in the back because they would go through the shape to get to the center there. So, all right, so now overlapping, the last thing. Overlapping your shapes. So like I'm gonna draw a quick square again over here. It's behind these ones, so it gets a little bit more confusing. So if you have a shape that would have lines that cross through other shapes in front of them, you are going to stop when you hit those other shapes. So for example, I have my ruler lined up with the dot in the edge. I'm going to take my pencil. The line would go right through this square that I already made, so I'm going to stop. And if you accidentally go through, you can always erase. So same with this corner, it would go through this shape, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to stop, line it up again. It would go through, and I'm just going to stop. So like that. So you can keep building and layering and make really cool designs actually with this. And it starts to look three-dimensional, like these shapes are popping out at you. The next part is going to be shading this. So you could either shade this with the pencil, or you could use color pencils if you like to add some color. You could even use crayons, whatever works. So when we are shading our shapes, I want you guys to start at the bottom of each shape. So take it one shape at a time and make it nice and dark. And I'll show you how to do this with color in just a second too. And then as it gets closer, so I'm applying less pressure with my pencil, more pressure towards the bottom, nice and dark. Less and less pressure as it gets towards the top of that shape. And while you're doing this, if you would like to blend them together, you could always use your finger to help you blend. That always works. Or you could use, since that's going to get your finger nice and black and really smudgy and messy, you could grab a piece of paper towel, Kleenex, piece of toilet paper, and you could use that to blend instead. So if you'd like, you don't have to. And it gets lighter and lighter as I get towards the top. So like that, if you're going to do it in pencil. If you would like to do this in color, I'm going to grab one of my color pencils here. That would work as well. You could do these all different colors too. So same thing. Start really dark towards the bottom and get lighter as you get towards that top of the shape. The tops of the shapes you can either completely make black or just leave them white. So they're going to be nice solid colors. All right, I am going to finish this up. I'm not on camera, so I don't waste your guys' time. I'll post a picture of what it should look like when it's finished. As always, you will sign your name on it, write the date, and submit the picture to Google Classrooms. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of the day.